Good morning, YouTube. This is Paula Jasmine Gonzalez here. Today is Monday, January 18, 2021. It's Martin Luther King Day, and definitely we should take this day to remember what he said when he was alive, just because it's applicable to this day. And 2 more days we have an inauguration of a new president, also for the best, honestly. But at the same time, I have to admit that I'm a little bit concerned and afraid of possible things that could continue happening even after we get the new president. After what happened on January 6th, I've been concerned about that, honestly. For two reasons: one, I'm transgender; two, I am Puerto Rican, I'm Hispanic, and the thing is, like, thinking that racism doesn't exist, it's ridiculous, honestly, because it does exist. And I remember having worked in 2003. I was working at Home Depot. I was a cashier, and I had to deal with customers that would bias me for me knowing Spanish. I had a customer one time that came to the store and pretty much, "Oh, you speak Spanish, so you're not going to understand." And some people may think that is not racist, but that is totally completely racist, because pretty much they're biasing me. They're telling me that I'm not going to understand because I know Spanish, And the problem is, like, our culture, when we talk about these things, yeah, they're uncomfortable, but it's like we cannot thinking that is not racism. It's ridiculous, because it is racism. You're biasing. Racism includes biases that people have based on someone's race, identity, Thinking that somebody is less smart because they speak a different language is bias. It's racial bias, and it's pretty much racism, unfortunately. Thinking that somebody that has an accent, and I do have my accent, I may not be able to hear because I'm used to hear my voice, but some people on YouTube that may be watching this may hear my accent. I may bias me for my accent. And that is racism too, because you're making assumptions based on a person's accent. Very few people will know that I have a master's degree in engineering, and just from watching the video, So yeah, to me it's concerning what's happening with the country, And on this day, I want people to remember that, because racism is real, racism exists, and we still have a long way to do to wipe out racism completely out of society, And like I said, the thing is, like, people are not used to deal with that. They're used to, like, have their own thinking, have their own way of thinking, and the thing is, if people don't talk about it, you cannot solve things, you cannot change things, Which is why I never liked Trump policies and ideas, because in the past, America wasn't that great. We're still not great, in my opinion. So, just saying. Anyway, moving on. So this past week, I worked 5 days in my new job. I work in picking stuff for a retail store, online picking. So, you order your groceries or whatever items, and I go. They give me a scan gun, and it's similar to working in a warehouse. I have worked in a warehouse before. The job is not difficult. It really isn't. Like, when you work in a warehouse, you go picking things, put in different bins, or depending on the system that the warehouse had. Like, one warehouse I work, I was doing service for the main counter of the store, so we just pick things, bring them to the main counter. But in here, I just have different bins, and I just go picking, and the system tell me which bin I'm going to put it, and I pick things, put them in the bin, and then bring it, pick up more orders, and go do the same. And I'm doing that every day long during my shift. And so to me, because I also have lumbar spinal stenosis, and lumbar spinal stenosis tend to get worse when you're working in your feet and standing up all day. So I had my concerns, but I survived. Feeling okay. Tired though, because I've been walking more than I usually do. Like sometimes the other is like I had to be walking from one side to a store to the other, like going to a track, and I'm doing that throughout my shift. So, but it was a test for my lower back, because the stenosis could affect me. Usually if I'm standing up for short periods, I can do that, and then I can sit down. I have more control of like how my back behaves. But 9 hours is a killer, and then you're walking too. So I was concerned about that, but I survived. Though I have to admit I'm a little bit sore. My muscles are sore too because of the lifting. Some items are easier to lift than others. Especially the gallons of milk. Those things are. When a customer orders 2 gallons of milk, and then you have a two that have 2 gallons of milk, that's heavy. It tends to get heavy. So, and then working in the store, finding things to eat, which I find like, oh, that's interesting. Like the other day I bought Cheetos mac and cheese. Like, yeah, somebody decided to take the Cheetos flavor and make a mac and cheese out of that. That's, yeah. It's like when Taco Bell decided, oh, let's make a Doritos taco, and they made a Doritos taco. So yeah, similar to that. And then I just want to show before the video is over. I was at Walmart, and on the clearance section, I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons players, and so I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons since it was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So I found this on clearance. These minis, they're diecast, and they were on clearance. And I found this one that has a beholder. And I found a bunch of other stuff. The beholder looks really fantastic, honestly. Like, it's really neat. And then I got this other one. That one that has Drizzt. And if nobody has ever read the books, Drizzt is the Drow Ranger. So I was really excited about this one because it has Drizzt. So yeah. So I bought those things. They were on clearance. So yeah. Anyway, other than that, I still have a bunch of stuff to do. I gotta still figure the apartment out, and we'll see what happens, but I have to move. I still have a bunch of stuff to pack, and hopefully I can plan the moving quickly. But yeah, other than that, I'm doing okay. So everybody, please take care, stay safe today, please wear a mask, and have a great day.